Hello and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
All right, hello everyone, and thank you for stopping by Positive Power. When it's all positive, it's all power. I'm your host, Jerry Royce. Tonight on the show, we have Elizabeth Diable. She's a fitness expert, a coach, a guru, and we had on the show before, and she did an excellent job, but we had some serious technical issues with the internet that night, so we decided to bring her back. I know she has more exciting things to tell us about New York fitness. She's at nyfitness247.com. So you check out. We have that playing, running through our YouTube channel on positivepower21.org. How you doing, Elizabeth? What's going on?
I am very good. How are you tonight, Jerry?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to have you back on the show. I know you have more things to tell us. I know you have taken your promotions to a new level, and we want everybody to hear about that because that's one of the things that's so important to people now. How are people promoting their business offline and online? So before you get into that, can you tell my audience a little bit about your background and how you got into this business?
Okay, sure. My name is Elizabeth. I am the founder and operator of New You. I now have multiple divisions of my company. I started with New You Fitness, which is what we'll be showcasing here tonight during Jerry's show. But New You Fitness is a new concept and a new approach towards personal development in the form of physical fitness. What I do is I actually work alongside with folks who want to work out, but for some reason or another don't go ahead and do that on their own. Maybe they're intimidated to go to the gym because they don't want to go by themselves, or they don't know how to use the equipment, or they are pressured to work with a fitness trainer, and the trainer, kind of sits there and tells them what to do, but isn't doing it right alongside of them. And what I've done is I've developed a system where I actually go to the most comfortable place for that individual to work out, be it their home or a gym or a track, and I actually do the workout side by side with them. When they need a spot, I spot them. When they need that extra bit of encouragement, I push them along. But we forge friendships and bonds through that process, and in doing so, their bodies and their minds transform.
All right. That is such a unique enterprise now. Now, when we talked before, it would sound like you were really rolling. You was picking up a good client list. Now, are you at a point now where you're saying no to people?
Absolutely not. I will never say no to anybody. If they want help, I am here to help.
All right. So it's not too tight on your schedule, because I know you have young boys that you're raising. And,
I do.
And you have some other business enterprises that you kicked off meanwhile, right?
Yes.
Yes. Now, because this is Positive Power, and you and everything that has happened to you was so positive, we just want a little tidbit. What happened that you had gotten into this business?
Well, I spent 16 years in corporate America, traveling, working with people, helping them overcome obstacles and objections, and progressing through an IT environment. Back in July, I had a change of course as far as my career was concerned, and realized I really like working with people, and I loved working out. So I started the business with that in mind, that I could still help people but do what I love. That has manifested into many different things. You're correct. I do have 3 young boys at home, and I am a single mom. So, there's a lot of juggling in the mix. I've got a great support system of friends and family that have helped me along this way. But I'm very flexible. And I think as a single parent, be it you're juggling a job and children and school and relationships, whatever the case may be, you've got to live in a pretty fluid environment. So, we all have 24 hours in a day, And I've worked it so that I am operating quite efficiently, so that I can maximize the amount of time that I do have.
Great. Now, Elizabeth, you think that your experience in corporate America, I mean, you were giving them everything, all your expertise, everything that you were special, about. You were giving it to this corporation. Now you have an opportunity to give it all to your business, your enterprise. Do you see you transferring a lot of those skills that you were giving them over to your business, and it's like you're like, wow, I'm that good? Are you saying that to yourself sometime?
No, I'm pretty humble in my capabilities, but certainly a lot that I had accomplished in my corporate career has transferred into my success in my own business. But that's also allowed me to assist some of my clients in overcoming some of the challenges that they face. We're doing a workout. Naturally, we start talking. Naturally, certain conversations lead towards a struggle that they may be facing, be it at work or in a relationship or with their children or maybe family. And my experience through corporate America and some of the things that I've handled on my own personally, I'm able to give a different perspective, maybe expand their thoughts just a little bit so that they can kind of go back to their drawing board and create a plan of attack and a plan of success.
Yes, absolutely. Because, it's funny because, when you're working for someone else and you're really good at what you're doing, of course you're used to that biweekly paycheck, the stability, but there's really no stability there because in some cases your employee can walk right up to you and say they don't need you anymore and they can replace you with somebody younger and cheaper. So it's almost like you have to be on your toes, so to speak.
No, absolutely. I mean, even in what I was doing, I was in the top of my game. I came recommended with any position that I ever held. Made a reputation for myself with my colleagues and my customers alike. But one day that phone call will still come. And what is your plan? You always have to have a plan. And in my case, groundbreaking news. I am going back into corporate America here come Monday. But New You will remain, and it's going to remain bigger and stronger than it was even when we last talked, Jerry. I've expanded it into a few different directions, all encompassing health, wellness, and overall, self-development. But nonetheless, that is going to maintain because, a year from now, 2 years from now, I may get another phone call. And I don't want to ever be in a position where I can't provide for my family.
That's right, because you had to start all of that from the ground.
Correct.
You had to immediately start at a profit. And it's hard to find a business where a profit, you can actually make an immediate profit. I was just reading that online, and they said very few businesses produce a profit in the first 5 years, but you were able to go in and be able to sustain your household with what you knew and what you knew well. And because you was already involved with fitness because I saw you out on the field, with your boys because, they playing sports, and, you just had a baby and you was trying to get back into shape. So you were already there, so you were already in shape and prepared to do what you had to do. And I was in a similar situation myself. I was laid off from a big publishing company. It was like a Fortune 100 company in Baltimore. They $1 million accounts in publishing, medical science books. And I remember one day, I remember the night guy told me, he said, they need to see you in the morning, the big guys. And I was like, wow, okay. I have a chance to impress them. So I put on my navy blue suit, and I had a copy of my resume, and all these guys sitting around this long table with this long face. And I immediately went out there on my 20-second sale. And they said, that's all great, and I hope you'll be able to use that with your next boss.
Right.
And they said, I'm escorting him out. And I was like, wow. And right out in the alley. It was morning because I was on a night shift. And I was like, wow, did that just happen? I just got married. My wife and I just getting started. And I think I had a house at the time. And it was a real scary feeling because you're like, I felt free, but it's like, what am I going to do?
Right.
So... just talking to the audience, what was you thinking? What was you thinking when that happened? What was on your mind?
Yeah, it's a wake-up call. And, it forced me to kind of sit back and say, okay, what do I like, what do I not like? where do I see my future, and how can I be the best mom? And I knew that travel was not going to be part of that equation.
Right.
So I went ahead and, kind of went to the drawing board. And I guess here and still, I had experience in corporate America, and I've made millions of dollars for other companies. Why can't I make that for myself?
That's
and,
right.
I put a lot of my skills and a lot of my expertise to task in sales and marketing, and created a brand, created a message, created a route to market, and frankly, feet to the street. And I went out, and I made it happen. And at some point, you have to realize you have to get out of your own way. You have to stop creating excuses and reasons of why not, and create those reasons of why. And my main objective was to be home every night with my children. And I've created an environment in which I can do that. And now I've created a situation where I can be selective when I'm going back into corporate America of the positions that I'll entertain. And the one in which that I've accepted fit every requirement that I had, and it wasn't something that I had to take right away. So people need to, just realize how much they're capable of accomplishing, and not having to settle, and creating an environment in which those choices are available to them.
That's right, on your terms. On your terms. That was great. You were able to take your time and then just run right back out there and accept any old thing. That was less than what you were doing before. Because a lot of people make that mistake. But I mean, I understand you're not like some people don't save that 5 months of paychecks, for that rainy day. So when it does happen, they just have enough to carry them paycheck to paycheck. So they have to rush out there with a resume and take the first thing that comes close to what they were making, if they're lucky. Because a lot of times when you make those 6-figure incomes, it's supposed to take you 1 month for every $10,000 that you're asking for.
Correct.
So you're talking about a very long time that you're going to be, and then with the economy the way it was, now things are opening up because the government is actually hiring right now. So that means contractors are going to be hiring, and then that means they need to hire. So it's like a domino effect. So we're back in the good times again. And then I guess it's all a reflection of the administration is comfortable in their own skin. So now that you're going back into corporate America, now you're going to be able to still build your brand and still be committed to your clients at the same time?
Absolutely. Like I said, we all have 24 hours in a day. It's how I choose to spend them. I've got to give a certain amount of time to my employer. I have to give a certain amount of time to my existing customers, and some of them are on this call right now. And I've made a commitment to them that I would maintain the level of service and flexibility and reliability that they've come to trust from me.
That's right. Now, right now, this is like Christmas for fitness coming up now. Just like, the Christmas is big for electronics, and they know the retailers going to make all the money that they didn't make during the summer months when people were in Home Depot. This is your time now, and now you're walking back into corporate America. Was your phone starting to ring off the hook where people were asking for longer sessions?
No, actually, that wasn't the case. You had a lot of tire kickers, a lot of people that were saying, they were thinking about getting back into the gym and wanted to talk about, doing something different. But tire kickers are tire kickers, no matter what time of year it happens. You got to stop talking about it and start doing it.
Yeah, that's right. But now since you're going to be having another stream of income coming in that you noticed there, now you can kind of take your time and develop your brand without really pressing because, you need that dollar. So now you can take your time. You probably could, maybe if it takes off later on, you can hire, someone just like you. Right.
But I'll say this. My customers determine my level of engagement. It's their action. If the toughest part is showing up.
That's right.
If they show up, I'm there.
That's right.
So we can talk about it. We can talk about it all day long. But if you say you want to work out, you want to change your life, you want 1, 2, or 3 different things, I will be there because you've expressed that desire. If you show up, that's where the results happen.
Now, nowadays, it's funny because people who are getting their full exams with their doctor, if they do that, because just think, if they're not showing up for their workout, some of them probably not showing up to the doctors. Especially when you get over 45, I think, for a woman and a man, you have to get checked out even regularly when you get over 50. A lot of the guys are in those areas where they're like past certain levels on that chart, where their organs are getting toxin because they're taking a little bit too much sugar or whatever, because their liver is not, and their kidneys are struggling right now. They're not drinking enough water. Now, are you introducing health to them? Like, okay, you need to see your doctor first before we work out, and then they get a blood test, and then they really find out that they really need to work out. Are you starting to hear that, or people still not connected with that part of it yet, the science of it?
I think it's a little disjointed. I don't think a lot of people realize how synergistic their overall health is impacted by their physical fitness, their diet, their nutrition intake as far as vitamins and supplements, down to some of the other products that are just used on a daily basis. So we just really don't think about the preservatives and things like that our big companies have introduced to our product lines to increase shelf life and increase their profitability. I don't think people realize how all of it really ties into how our bodies respond and operate on a day-to-day basis. Do we talk about overall health? Absolutely. Do I ask, do you have any health concerns or issues that are known? Absolutely. When we're doing a workout, if something is shown to me, is it addressed? Absolutely. Some of it is musculoskeletal. Some of it is cardiovascular. Some of it is unknown in terms of I can see that they're not able to do something for a certain period of time, so their endurance is low. That could be a result of high blood pressure or sugar levels or other different things that I would not know or necessarily speak about. But yes, we absolutely talk about diet and nutrition. We talk about their overall health and things as we, encapsulate the whole fitness element.
Right, because I'm finding out, just talking to people that they're finding out the foods that they were able to eat, years ago is giving them problems. Like some people can't eat some of the meals in some of these Asian restaurants now because they didn't realize that it contains certain chemicals that they have an allergic reaction to. And they just keep trying to consume it, but they can't handle it. They find they're having problems with diarrhea and bloating and acid reflux, you name it. And then, like you said, and then a lack of exercise, and then not the proper nutrients in their system is even causing them to break down even further down the chart of cardiovascular problems, clogged arteries, and and then of course they're having bronchial problems. People starting to have bronchial spasms now, where they have to sleep with machines. I was like, wow, I didn't know that kind of stuff. But I knew a lot of it when I was working at Blue Cross Blue Shield, because we were insuring a lot of that stuff, and I was like, why is so many people on those machines? And they were young people in some cases, but by me not seeing them, I couldn't tell what kind of shape they were in. But they sounded like it was tired just talking to me on the phone.
Right.
They sounded winded. So it's like it kind of thinks you that the industry on the health side should get even stronger, but it seems like the doctors are not really pushing.
Right. I think you've created a great segue, Jerry, to another division of my company, which is New You Wellness. New You Wellness does take into account the chemicals and the toxins that are in our everyday environment, coming from our vitamins and supplements, because of the products that are used to make sure that they have the shelf life and to keep the cost down. There are byproducts in those in the vitamins and supplements that make our bodies kind of fight against the vitamin itself, making it really not work. Then, of course, you have, here's a great example. I have a baby, right? At the hospital, they hand me Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. You know, it's part of my welcome kit. Congratulations, you're a mom again. Well, did you know that Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo has formaldehyde in it, a known cancer-causing agent? No, we don't know, because our product descriptors do not have to state what is actually in the products. They can have pseudonames or catchphrases, but solvents and right, and harsh chemicals are in every product that's in our home. I had eczema on my hands, and I've fought eczema for probably the last 15 years of my life. I was introduced to a product called Renew, and my eczema went away in less than a week. Completely went away, and it's a completely natural, chemical-free product.
See, that's the kind of stuff you got to share.
You know, if your children have asthma, think about the cleaning products that you're using. You're thinking your house is clean, yet you have sprayed toxic chemicals within your home, which is now in your HVAC system. Now that's in your children's lungs. Right. So, yeah, we can create a chemical-free environment, and when you create a chemical-free environment, yes, your body will perform at a much higher, more optimal level.
Now, one of the things that, you know, people have to take full advantage of the Internet is a lot of this information is shared. A very popular website now is called foodbabe.com, and she actually left a great paying job to pursue the food industry and the government, you know, because some of the foods, chemicals that you're talking about that in some of our foods in our fast food restaurants are outlawed in other countries. The same restaurants, giants, don't even use those chemicals overseas, but here they do, and Americans are accepting. So she has petitions going out, working with Chick-fil-A. Don't even talk about McDonald's. If you just know what the process was just to get those nuggets that look just like each other in that pack. If you ever what I heard about those things, they can sit out for days and never decompose. That's amazing. So just imagine going in your body.
Yeah, there was a picture of I think it was a Happy Meal that was taken, and it was taken on one day, and the same meal was taken a month later and a year later, and it changed not one bit. Besides, the fries looked like they had become dehydrated. But that's all preservatives. That's all chemicals. But it's in your shampoos and your conditioners. It's in your makeup. It's in your vitamins. It's in everything.
Your drinking water, your toothpaste. You know, what's so scary about it is the list is getting small now that look like these organic farmers gonna get their shot, you know, for stardom soon, because they're gonna be so popular. Because now, you know, with some of these companies even lying about their products being organic, we're finding out. Also, the beers, they're finding out that this crazy chemicals being put in our American beer. So now they recommended that if you're a beer drinker, you should be looking at German beer, because those guys are more, I guess you could say that's their thing. So
I think the running consensus is the regulations for how products are manufactured, product, and hence distributed is a lot tighter in other countries than it is here in the States.
That's true.
I happen to have been introduced and tried out a company that offers products that are, you know, toxin and chemical free. They're green, and they were green before green was even a tagline. And the products work. I'm seeing huge differences in my family, and being that was the case for me, you know, and it ties so nicely with overall health and fitness. It became an extension of the New You brand.
Wow. Now, are you sharing those things on your website?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna have to go out there too because I couldn't remember those last 3 numbers on your website. I kept thinking, well, where's NY Fitness? I can't find it. So I'm glad to hear you.
It's www.nyfitness247.com.
Very good, very good. All right, now you said you moved into multiple business ventures. What are some of the others that you're working on right now?
The other is nutrition, having to do with weight management. A lot of people are talking about meal replacement shakes and supplements, and I partnered with a company called Visalis for the Body by Vibe 90-day challenge, which does allow for a meal replacement shake to include all of the daily essential vitamins, but also assist in weight management, whether you're trying to bulk up and create some lean muscle, or if you're trying to lose that stubborn last 10 pounds, or if you're really trying to go through a transformation and you need, some appetite suppressants and some energy boosters and things along those lines.
All right, great. Now I had sent you an email a couple of days ago because we had talked about your new products, your promotional items that were coming out, and that is so important to people when they're trying to market offline. You want to make sure your brand is communicating effectively without you being there, and people can look and say, hey, I want some of that. Now, tell us exactly what did you go through when you first decided to work on your brand. What was happening? What was the process?
Well, I wanted to take a look at, when you first look at the brand, the name, what does it say? When you're trying to lose weight or transform your body, you're looking for the new you. So that's how I determined the company name. Fitness was the number one piece to that transformation. So everything revolved around getting fit, weights and exercise and, running. So I do have a New You fashion line that, allows you to get hoodies and shirts and hats and things that you would wear to the gym and be comfortable. We're not talking about, sports bras and booty shorts, things that you wouldn't wear to go and work out. Everything that's there is something that you could wear to the gym and be very comfortable.
That's right. And the hoodie was very comfortable. I wore it on Saturday to work, and the people was asking me about it and everything, and I told them what it was about, and they said, oh, I need to work out. Of course, everybody always going to say that. Now, are you planning to do events like health fairs and trade shows, or are you comfortable with the clientele you have right now, especially since you're planning to move forward?
Actually, in fact, I have been asked to participate in some health fairs and some networking events. I'm actually hosting networking events myself, where I've actually brought some folks in and showcased the New You brand, but also allowed those that do come to network amongst themselves. I tell everybody, this country was built upon trade. It was built from people like you and me that sat down at a table and said, what am I good at? What can I build? What can I make? What can I do? And when we start creating an environment where we know what our neighbors are capable of doing for us, we can then keep money in the family, keep money in the community. So my networking events, while they do showcase what I do, the table is completely flipped over to the attendees, and they're encouraged to talk amongst themselves and, express maybe what they're looking to accomplish or what they're capable of offering, and allow some new friendships to be forged. I actually just had a networking event last Thursday, was very successful. A lot of the attendees walked out with some new contacts and some new customers. I'm having another networking event here on Saturday from 4 to 7, where I'm opening it to the Owings Mills predominantly, where I'm located, but opening it up to the community members to get together, share what you like to do, whether you're a realtor, you do nails, you're a masseuse, you do body wraps, maybe you're a mechanic. It really doesn't matter. Bring everybody together. Let us know what the neighbors do, and when we need those services, we've got somebody we can call that's right next door, not at a big company, and somebody we don't know.
That's right, absolutely. Now,
so we're trying to rise up our community on our own at this point, and I'm happy to lead that charge.
Absolutely, we need that. We need that force. Now, where are you holding the events at right now?
Right now, I'm doing them at my home, but I envision in short order they'll be a little bit too large for my home, so I'm actually canvassing and scouting out some third-party, maybe restaurants, where I could host them.
Now, that's a good idea, because that was one of the things that I was looking at. I was hoping that somebody else could take the lead, and I could just come on in with my equipment and start inviting people to be part of the Positive Power 21 network, where they have an opportunity to talk about their business or their relationship, because, it's one of the things I think that's so powerful right now, people connecting with one another. And I think that's why people are having problems finding their significant others, because they can't get out. They don't know where to go to meet people just like themselves, where they have something in common, like entrepreneurship, or they just love to meet people and connect. That is fantastic. I know. I wish you luck with that, and let me know, if I could be an assistance. Of course, I'm always busy with myself, just like you are. But I'm always trying to make things happen, online and offline. Because offline is just as important as being online. Because you need that support. You need to see people, because someone gets stuck in your house and you're just constantly online, just your picture showing, and maybe a video is not enough. All right, Elizabeth, now, you have a few people in the queue. Is there anybody out there think they would like to be part of this discussion? Just hit *6 on your phone or your soft phone or your keyboard, whatever, and that'll bring you right into the queue, and I'll unmute you, so you go right ahead. Okay? So we got quite a few people trying to come on in. All
Hello?
right. Okay, how you doing? This is Jerry. How you doing? What's your name?
You talking to me?
Hello, sir? Yeah, I can hear you. What's your name?
Oh, okay, cool. Hi, I'm AJ.
AJ. Hey, AJ. Welcome to the show.
I'm heading to work right now, actually.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, you have a question for Elizabeth?
Yeah, you seem to have done a lot of research in the behavioral aspects of fitness and everything. What do you think is the biggest barrier to the average guy like me? I'm just a guy. I'm not looking to get cut or anything, but, what can I do to get more motivation?
Well, I think partnering with somebody that you can rely on that will show up with you is a great motivation. If that's not available, then, what I would suggest is create your whys. Create your winning story. If 6 months from now I was in this position, what would that mean? And create your why and look at your why every day. And that will drive you toward the actions that you need to take to get you where you're trying to go.
All right. So, AJ, how old are you right now, AJ?
I'm 42.
42. Now, were you a very athletic guy, in high school?
Oh, no, I've always been fat.
Okay. So, what's your thing? Were you one of those guys that, spend a lot of time in front of the computer, programming, or reading? Were you an active guy, growing up?
Well, actually, yeah, I was very active. I'm in the military. My civilian job as a medic and a rescue specialist, I stay very physically active. I'm just genetically fat, which, is hard to beat, but is possible.
Yeah. Yeah, right. So Elizabeth, what would you say? It's not impossible for him to be able to burn. It's probably going to take him more work. No? No.
It's a combination, AJ. You want to take a look at your diet. A lot of what we look like is created in the kitchen, and it's minor tweaking in the kitchen that can have a profound impact on what you look like. It's little tips and tricks that I give my customers. If you're having a craving late at night, put that craving in the microwave. Don't look at it. You make it through the night. Eat it in the morning. Whatever that bad thing was, now your body has all day to burn it off.
Right.
You know, I tell everybody, if you get hungry at night, go to bed. Drink a glass of water and go to bed. Go to sleep.
Now, AJ, what's your timeline like? I mean, are you working at night? Are you up during the night, right?
Often I work. I have no set schedule. I'm as likely to be as awake as I am asleep.
Okay, so that could be a problem for him, right, Elizabeth, having that flexible schedule, so he has to be real disciplined in that area, right?
Well, he has to be disciplined in that area, but, you know, just like nurses that work the third shift, just because it's not their night, they do have a night. Their night happens to be our day. It's the same case. You don't want to eat something close to when you're going to be going to sleep and you're going to be in an idle state because your body can't burn those bad calories off. You want to eat the worst things that you want to eat in the morning, whatever morning is for you, and use your body's natural energy to burn that off during the day.
Like bagels.
But you want to incorporate healthy snacks too. You know, you want to find alternatives to the bad stuff that you're reaching for. You want, you know, simple snacks. It's real easy to reach for a cookie because you don't have to prepare it. So you want to make sure that you have snacks like that at home. Maybe it's some cashews or almonds. You know, you can reach and grab a small handful of those just as easy as you can, you know, a cookie. And those are going to have some healthy fats and some protein in them for you instead.
Yeah. Now, AJ, I'm kind of, you know, been heading down that road. I always weighed like 180, 185, you know, when I was in my 30s. But once I got married, no, let me back up. I got married around 29, and that's when I saw the weight come on. So now I'm heading like 204 is my weight if I'm doing something physical. But if I'm not doing anything, like now, I hit 214. And this was like from Christmas to now, because that's when I kind of got lazy. But now, since I'm looking at joining a bike club in the spring, I'm forced to start working out. So today was my first day working out on my bike, my indoor bike, which means I'm going to do the same thing I do in the morning, I'm going to do at night. So my weight probably going to start coming off, and then at the same time I'm going to be adding a lot more fruit and vegetables. So I just want to say, have you ever thought about getting involved with something that's going to be competitive, that's going to kind of force you to train? Because you know how men are. We got to have something to strive for. You ever thought about that?
I did recently. I got back from Afghanistan, and I was active in the combatives program over there. We did tournaments and everything, MMA style. Just trying to pick that up over here. There's not a lot of gyms like that where I live.
Right, okay. So where are you living at now?
Southern West Virginia.
Southern West Virginia. Okay, so you're going to have to dig deep and find out what's going on. Now, they do have, like, recreation and park programs around there, correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was just looking for something more combatives-oriented, MMA.
Yeah.
Oh, MMA.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great workout.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Ooh, it's kickboxing. Yeah.
Roll around for 2 minutes. I think you're going to die.
Yeah, well, we definitely wish you luck with that, man. You know, start out slow, man. We got to protect their heart, right? So any advice you have, Elizabeth, just jumping into an activity like that?
Yeah, I think any activity, any team type of activity would be good, too, because, you know, you might find somebody who likes to work out, AJ, and might be able to expand that, you know, MMA session into maybe a workout. And lastly, watch your salt intake. For men especially, you retain water, and water weight makes it seem like you've gained a lot when you've really not gained all that much. Cut out a little bit of the salt, and you might see some of that water weight shed pretty quick as well.
Wow, that's great advice. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm a big pretzel and popcorn eater.
I hate to run, but someone just had a car wreck, and I got to go. Okay. Elizabeth,
thank you for your question, AJ.
Yeah, thank you for dialing in, man. All right, thank you very much for Positive Power. All right, does anybody else like to participate? Star 6, and you're far right in the queue. All right, we'll give you a few seconds. All right, look, everybody's holding tight. Well, Elizabeth, that was some great advice for him. It's probably somebody else that's probably in the same situation. You know, we're coming out of the weather's going to start getting better, we hope, in a few weeks. I think spring is, March 20th?
Right.
What do you say for someone trying to find a way to condition themselves, that's not working out with someone else?